eto po, this is what I can offer you for the time off, is to really look at our mental health, which is very crucial, no? Even if right now you're saying, but top priority natin, especially now that, okay, book 3 of ECQ, no, in Manila, in NCR Plus, is that we're really feeling the mental health impact of the pandemic on us. 15 months in already na tayo, no? Many of us are already chronically exposed to stress, yung continuous exposure to stress na hindi nagle-let go. Kaya I'd like to focus on our mental health, and very big tayo on definition. I'd like to maybe just put that on the table, that when you talk about mental health, I'm pretty sure some of you joined the webinar today because you'd like to find out nga na okay pa ba ako? Kasi kung ang medical services ngayon overwhelmed, so is our mental health services. Marami ang nakakaramdam na parang hindi na ako okay. That's why they are seeking help. And sana ngayong hapon, mas maramdaman nyo din na kung titingnan nyo yung kondisyon ninyo ngayon, baka sakaling makatulong na malaman nyo kung, okay pa ba ako? Or ay naku, mukhang may kailangan ko na ng additional steps to take care of me. So let's start with mental health. Usually, I still get clients in my private practice asking me na, Doc, ni-refer ako ng boss ko for counseling. Baliw na ba ako? There's always that, no? But then again, when you talk about mental health, really, we're still using the World Health Organization's definition of mental health. So when you talk about mental health, itong definition na to, actually, checklist ko to. No, when I have clients asking me, or baka kayo, mga kasama, you're also thinking, okay pa ba ako? Okay pa ba mental health ko? Generic definition ay itong 4 na areas na to, no? You might want to check if you are still able to realize your own abilities. Ibig sabihin, that's criteria 1. To check if you have good mental health state, ikaw ba, you still know yourself? You're still able to recognize your strengths and weaknesses. You're still able to identify na, ito weak areas ko to or challenge areas ko to, kaya ito ginagawang ko ng paraan. It's realizing your own ability. That's the first criteria. Another criteria to check, so kung yes kayo dyan, good for you. Next check in the checklist is, you know that you are still in good mental health shape if you're still able to cope using the same strategies that you have been using in the past to solve current problems, and it still works. If your coping mechanism is still working, that's still good. That's still a good sign that you're in good mental health shape. Third one, no, so your own, you know your own. Second is you still have your coping mechanisms intact, coping skills. And then the third one is that if you can still deliver what is expected of you, you are still productive. Nagfa-function ka pa. That's a good way to check na, okay, you're still in good mental health shape. The fourth one is able to contribute. No, kaya nilagyan ko sense of purpose, hindi naman yan yung sa World Health Organization, but if you're able to contribute to your community, that's the fourth one. It doesn't have to be the big community as in the whole LGU, no, or your barangay, but the fourth one, the criteria there really tells you that if you're still able to extend yourself to significant people in your lives. Ibig sabihin, kaya mo pang lumabas sa sarili mo, hindi ka pa punong-puno ng problema, and you can still extend help to someone, that's still a good indication that you still have good mental health shape. So yan, mga kasama, you have 4 in your checklist. Simula pa lang yan. We're always big. Kami ni Sir Ian, nasa assessment kami. Kaya we're very big on, simulan natin sa accurate diagnosis. Kaya ba? Nandyan pa ba yung 4 criteria? Because although nandyan yung 4 criteria, hindi kasi siya assurance that okay na kayo all throughout. Kaya maganda itong webinar na to because it's really meant to give you an idea that kung ma-challenge man kayo, sana mas may baon kayo, a way for you to manage these challenges na constantly we're exposed to lately, no? Medyo siya we're running out of our own fuel, no? We're running empty already kung palagi na lang tayo nasa crisis stage. And we've been in this condition for more than a year, book 3 of ECQ, but let me just highlight, for whatever it's worth, even if we're saying we are in a critical stage, in a crisis period within the pandemic, I wanted to highlight lang, no, that A crisis is a crisis. Kahit na sabi mo, classic definition niya ni Kaplan about crisis is that this is only for a time which seems to be and feel to us na insurmountable, overwhelming, hindi natin kaya for a time. At sinasabi lang na period lang siya. Kaya pag sinasabing it's a period of disorganization, a period of upset, kung naririnig nyo at nababasa nyo sa social media, sinasabing all of these will come to pass. True. Let's hold on to that, no, that idea, and that hopefully reality becomes, the crisis really ends. Kasi for a time, let it pass. We will have to just for now make sure that we survive this and that we thrive in this. Kaya eto tayo, no, kasi nandun na tayo sa, okay, may mental health checklist na tayong 4 na checklist for you, no? Tapos challenge pa din tayo within this condition. Let me just add that I switch between pre-pandemic and pandemic. No? Because kung titingnan actually, that's why I'm very happy to be giving a lot of webinars lately because the more people we are able to reach out, na sana ma-share nyo din yung mga natutunan nyo ngayon sa mga kasama nyo sa bahay, sa mga students nyo, because in 2012, actually, brief backgrounder lang, we really thought that we need to beef up our mental health services because ang akala namin tataas by 30% ang mental health challenges by 2020. You see how every 10 years, we always like have that target. So we were thinking, by 2020, dapat ready tayo, the 30% increase in depression, anxiety, other mental health challenges. But what we did not realize, of course, we had no way of projecting, was for diba, that the COVID pandemic hit in 2020. So most likely, unfortunately lang our original projection na 30% is actually an underestimation of what is really happening now. A lot of people, more than 30%, are experiencing mental health challenges right now. No, hindi lang beyond 2020, hindi lang. Kaya kung iisipin mo, for those who are still having classes or for those medyo, I guess marami sa inyo are on your break right now or starting with the school year, mapapansin nyo siguro kung titingnan nyo, of the many students that you've seen so far or since last month, ilan kaya doon ang may mental health challenge or ilan kaya sa kapamilya nyo, kaibigan nyo at kayo, kasama ba kayo sa nakaka-experience ngayon ng mental health challenge? Because ang daming uncertainties. Nasa period of insecurities tayo. We don't know what's going on, how things are gonna turn out. Ang dami nagsasabi siguro new normal. Pero yung new normal, hindi naman lahat welcomed natin na new normal eh. Especially tayo mga teachers, talagang iba sa atin, iba ang quality ng face-to-face. Yung kasama mo yung mga students, yung mayroon kayong bonding in the office, iba rin no, sa faculty room, and iba yung support system. So, other than the financial insecurity, the career instability, yung I'm not sure kung nararamdaman nyo, bumababa ang enrollment. So, ang daming mga support that the schools are doing just to encourage our students to continue to enroll. Pero, mayroon talagang mga realities no, na it hits us, na talagang constantly it's there, beyond our control. Yan to, dagdag pa. So sana, let me, please allow me the luxury na medyo ngayon, medyo nagkakaroon, anxiety-provoking itong presentation ko. But I assure you, by the latter part of the presentation, will give you tips on how to manage. Kasi ito naman talaga yung reality, no? We are faced with, or we're constantly faced with this. No? Ngayon, maybe just a few days ago, nung in-announce na, magla-lockdown na, hindi na nga masyado nagpa-panic buying ang tao dahil ang sama naman din ng loob natin dahil medyo kulang na for some people to panic buy kasi wala na silang resource, medyo ubos-ubos na rin yung budget at savings nila. Pero it also brings about challenges in our mental health, not just in our financial status. No, even our emotions get in the way of us. Right now, we're also saying na siguro kailangan din we look inwards. You might want to assess na ikaw ba to talaga or this is really just you responding to the pandemic. Kasi kung mapapansin mo, kung nagbago yung personality mo pre-pandemic to who you are right now, you may be just depending on a new personality that you had to create to adapt to this new setting, this different um, period, no, in our lives, abnormal period in our lives. Tapos yan, constantly bombarded tayo by media. And unfortunately for some of us, kasama yung grief and loss, kung alam nyo, siguro initial pa lang ngayon, no, simulan na natin. Kung if you're mindful, and I'll be talking about that later on, but if you're mindful about how social media and media in general is affecting you, lalo na, and I'm getting clients more nowadays na they're abstaining. We have decided na abstain ka muna from social media because every time you open Facebook, for example, you're seeing more of your friends losing relatives, they're sick, they're no nahihila ka pa rin lalo doon, ano. So may dagdag siya na mental health challenge on our end. Plus the prolonged restriction is also creating a lot of parang feeling of helplessness on our end. Ang dami kong mga clients and friends and family are also saying na nakakapagod na to, no? Naumay na tayo. But then again, we're still here. We need to stay safe. No, and it's already making people feel more and more isolated. They're getting magnified in their emotions. Na parang nakakalungkot. You're starting to feel lonely because of the disconnection in social distancing lang, but also because we work from home. But we are safe, no? So stress and fatigue is already setting in or has already set in because constant, imagine more than a year in. So ano-ano ito? Siguro no, very big din naman tayo mga teachers in needing to identify before we look into how do we manage, no? The thing is, so for part 2 na tayo, no? Maybe just to highlight to you bakit. Because stress, for example, is one mental health trigger, 'di ba? Challenge at trigger siya sa atin, no? Stress. Pre-pandemic naman, hindi naman natin masasabing pre-pandemic wala akong stress eh. We always had stress in our lives. Even the good stress, which we call eustress, that is still stress, di ba? It takes a certain amount of energy for us to be excited. So it's a stressor. Yun nga lang is the welcomed kind of stress. Na-promote ka, no, na-fund yung research project mo, or na-accept for publication and research mo, then you're able to experience stress. It's something that excites you, that something that moves you. Medyo yung fuel yan. But yung distress is something that we don't welcome. Ito when you're feeling overwhelmed, no, which would lead you to so many other mental health challenges. So una pa lang yan, pinag-uusapan natin, ito yung mga medyo kontrabida, call it spice in our lives, but ito din siguro, no, for now, detection muna tayo. Since as I started with the session today, it's really, sabi nga ni Sir Ian, we're looking inwards. It's your time off. So, focusing on you, if you're already manifesting some of these symptoms, pwedeng stress na yan or pwedeng something else, no? Let's see how or where you are at this point. But if you're already experiencing unexplained aches and pains, yung medyo nanghihina kayo lately or parang ang sakit ng katawan nyo, hindi naman kayo nag-exercise, hindi naman kayo pagod, that's probably stress because your brain is probably always on alert mode, no, na dahil sa stress yan, ano? So chicken and egg, it's a vicious cycle. Tapos yan, when you have skin irritations or madali kang magkaroon ng infection, it means talagang yung adrenal glands mo, your cortisol is talagang to the roof. And science majors kayo, you know that the cortisol are the ones that does the or is in charge with the inflammatory system. So ayan, ang daming reaction, physiological responses to the stress. Your mind also gets affected. You're constantly worried, you're unable to sleep. Also behavior, loss of appetite, loss of interest even in things that used to make you happy. Eventually, 'di ba, even your motivation to stay connected, to deliver, gets affected, no? Functioning mo bumababa. Yan yun. Kung sunod-sunod, lalo, as I said, no? More than a year in the lockdown, people are already manifesting different signs and symptoms of burnout. Kayo ba ay nakakaramdam ng mga nandyan sa checklist na yan? You have the list there. Mayroon na ba kayong mga migraine setting in, hindi nyo magkasakit sa ulo, or that your sleep patterns have changed, na dati morning person kayo, pero you're seeing na parang tinatamad kang gumising ng maaga, tapos sa gabi you're up all night and nandun yung energy nyo, medyo naging na-push into nocturnal na ang pagiging productive mo na. But then, medyo affected ang sleep mo. Dati, you can sleep 6 to 8 hours. Ngayon, 3 to 4 or 5 hours na lang. Or kahit nakakatulog kayo ng 6 hours, parang mababaw na tulog, hindi quality. Pagising nyo, pagod pa rin kayo. Then, that might be a sign of burnout among many other probable reasons. Ang of all of those, I'm sorry to term this as this, but my favorite sign ko of burnout sa ating mga employees, sa ating mga teachers, Sunday night blues. Malalaman mo yan, and I also would assess my clients kung sila ay burnout na kapag Fridays, excited tayo. So yan, maganda ang mood kasi weekend. Like today, we're all looking forward to tomorrow. Medyo pahinga and all. Pero if you are now catching yourself na pag Sunday afternoon na, ayan na. At pag nakikita mo na medyo bumababa na yung araw, at nandyan yung sa kasabay ng pagbaba, sa kasabay ng sunset, ay tumataas ang stress level, yun na naman, na naman yan. That can actually be a sign of burnout. Kung medyo nakaka-relate na kayo, I'm calling your attention so that you can pay attention to all of these signs that your body is already communicating to you, your mind and your body. Kaya nga parang ngayon, this webinar is really a way for you to, okay, slow down, let's listen up, no, let's pay attention to ourselves and let's look inward so that we can re-strengthen, refuel, recharge today, no? So yan nga ubos na, depleted, no? You're feeling na talagang exhausted after, and pag exhausted kayo, mahina, maikli, pasensya nyo, no? That can also affect your relationship with others. So yan, you have stress and burnout. Stress resulting to burnout. It can even be extreme worrying. That can also result to burnout, no? Ito naman, another siguro tip na din, nagbabagsak na ako na pa-konti-konting tips here. Worrying. There's this, itong continuum na to, the one I'm presenting here, the reason why the normal worry is in green, and as you move towards the right-hand side of your screen, you have the red side when it's already excessive worrying, is only to show you that worrying in itself is not bad. As a psychologist, you will not hear me tell my clients, no, stop worrying na. No, actually, I would tell my clients to just manage. Just like with stress na hindi naman talaga realistically natin matatanggal in our lives, we just need to learn to manage it. With normal worrying, we just need to worry din naman because it's through worrying that we prepare, diba? Otherwise, complacent kayo, anything goes na lang, medyo delikado, na lalo tayo, teachers tayo, we need to plan ahead. And we are able to better plan because we worry about different scenarios that can possibly happen. Normal worrying, pag-usapan natin siguro can be time yourself, maybe 15 to 30 minutes of worrying in the day. Purge nyo kung talagang kailangan. But be mindful, check yourself kung programmed na in you to worry. Yung excessive worrying, malalaman nyo din ang indicator niyan is kung worried kayo, kahit hindi na kayo worried, parang hindi ako worried ngayon nakaka-worry. Yan, it just means that you're already programming your body to just be constantly on that alert mode and you're moving on to the excessive worrying scale. And this is very tiring. Again, you will reach burnout fast. Kung Lian, remember when you worry about scenarios, you need to catch yourself that there are hypothetical worries out there na unlimited. The moment you start with, but what if this happens? Teachers, alam nyo na manganganak yan. Pag yun paano pag ganito? Paano pag ganyan? Before you know it, 3 oras ka na worrying and you get paralyzed by it, no? That's excessive worrying. That leaves you demoralized, upset, exhausted. So, move back. Call your attention. Pag-usapan mo, siguro, have an agreement with yourself. 15-30 minutes, schedule mo siya. Na ito lang, I need to purge it out of my system. I just need to make sure that na-review ko lahat ng pwedeng mangyari and then I trust me that I am focused on may solution na ako. Dun ka. Be more solution-focused rather than be programmed to worry and worry and worry lang, because extreme and persistent worrying can lead to more problems like anxieties. And there are different forms of anxieties. Pwede maging generalized anxiety disorder na yan. Bakit? Because na-program mo na sarili mo, worrier ako, Dok, eh. Okay, worrier ka, pero kahit ba wala nang trigger, oo, Dok, worry na ako, yun na, pati katawan ko, parang palaging kinakabahan na. You have those days? That's a sign, that's a panic attack already, na parang kinakabahan ka, pero wala namang trigger, wala ka naman dapat i-worry. Our bodies are also smart that it adapts. If your body is constantly exposed to anxiety and worrying, it adapts and it becomes normal to them. It becomes a normal reaction to them na naka-panic mode na lang kayo. High adrenaline kayo all throughout. Malalaman nyo din yan kung high adrenaline kayo kapag kung kailan bakasyon at doon kayo nagkakasakit. Yan yung kasi bumabagsak yung adrenaline nyo dahil relax na kayo. Doon kayo mas nagiging susceptible to get sick. Diba? Unfair kung kailan bakasyon, hindi nyo ma-enjoy. Yan yon. That's why we're highlighting all of these symptoms so that I hope you get to also catch yourself. No, and I'm giving some hints of tips already, and then we'll do a full-on self-care in a while. No, so what are the symptoms naman of depression? So we have stress, anxiety, worrying. No, we have burnout, depression. Ito yung mga typical. No, na ito kasi more than a year in, many people are feeling more and more sad. But the thing is, it's not just about sadness ang depression eh. This is very crucial if you can catch it, if you can catch yourself or a family member, significant others already experiencing depression, hindi na siya ganun kadali to get out of. If if right now you're feeling like I'm really sad and there's that sadness that I cannot pull myself out of, possible na depression na yan kasi parang if it's been more than 2 weeks of sunod-sunod na either crying spells or apathetic ka or irritable ka, pero it can be a manifestation, no? It can be a manifestation also of depression. Hindi palaging iyak ang sign or symptom of manifestation of depression. It can take on a different form, but it all boils down to the person feeling hopeless and helpless, and this is risky. That's why it's in yellow, no, na yung font, na color, because this is what leads a person to want to end it when there's nothing else to look forward to, no. Kaya be mindful, no, kasi it affects basically all. Pag naman tiningnan natin ang mga disorders or when we call it an illness, we have the symptoms. Ito yung mga sinishare ko ngayon, no? Yung mga symptoms, feeling of worthlessness, restlessness, may mga symptoms yan. Nasa checklist and you can always research on symptoms. Pero tinitingnan din natin yung persistence. How long have you been suffering from it and you're not able to get yourself out of it or pull yourself out of it? And of course, the pervasiveness. Sa lahat ba ng aspeto ng buhay mo, nararamdaman mo na yan. And then all the more reason that you need to seek help, no? Lastly, of course, related to feeling of hopelessness and helplessness, that's why people resort to self-harming because the pain daw is, no, from my clients also and patients, the pain is not physical. It's heavy, it's dark, it's enveloping the person. That's why some people they start having suicidal ideations, no, thoughts of just hurting or killing themselves or really harming themselves already, no. So yan. What are the signs pa? Dagdag na natin. I hope even if I'm sorry, I'm bombarding you with all of this information pa din, please pick out those that affects you, those that will work for you, no, or are signs for you, no. You have warning signs. If right now your sleeping pattern is different, it may be a sign of something that would need some addressing. If you're seeing that you were generally a pleasant person, but now you're more pessimistic, you're irritable, you have outbursts, emotional outbursts, whether it be anger, sadness, no, that one, it's also very different. Yan, that can be a warning sign. If you're also not connecting, you don't feel like connecting with people, parang ako na muna, I'm so busy and overwhelmed with all the internal noises that I don't have the time to even extend myself to anyone else, no, that can be. So you have all of these things, no, na checklist also, na what used to make you happy isn't making you happy anymore. You're starting to have irrational thoughts na parang kung i-double check mo sa iba, you may want to do that. Yung feeling mo, parang hindi yata normal itong pag-iisip ko. the tip there is you may want to double check with someone, a professional, a trusted relative, someone who's wise in the family, wise among your peers, to double check, someone you trust, no, kung tama ba yung pag-iisip ko, bounce ideas with someone so that you can see kung valid, affirmed yung thoughts mo or irrational na siya. That can also cause more mental health challenges like irrational fears and anxiety, no. So yan. Paano na? The meat, no? As I said, the meat of the session would be for the next few minutes is to really highlight paano. No, more than a year in, a lot of us are already running on empty. Pansin namin yan. We are overwhelmed. If the hospitals right now, pag physical, the medical, the healthcare is overwhelmed, the mental health care is also feeling the overwhelming number of people who need our services. Kaya itong mga webinars na to indirectly ginagawa namin para sakaling makatulong na sa iba siguro, no, na kung kayo yan hindi na lumala. Early prevention is always key. So isa sa mga tips that I'm dropping here and there, no. Early prevention is key. Very much like pre-pandemic and inuubo na kayo in the last 2 weeks, hindi ba magpapa-check up na kayo? Especially kung meron naman kayong health card, no? Magpapa-check up na kayo kaagad, no? Ngayon medyo nakakatakot lang to go to the hospitals. Pero dati, may mga discomforts that you're already feeling, that's consistent, that's constant, that's been there for quite some time, you would seek help right away, di ba? But right now, ganon din, no? In mental health care, it's the same principle that if you can catch yourself early prevention is key. You can seek help right away. If you can fuel up right now, you can respond to simpler problems before it becomes more complicated for you to handle. At mas marami, mas matitinding interventions ang kakailanganin. So, the tip here is, for now, fuel up. Simulan natin sa basic. Sabihin natin ngayon, maraming nagtatanong din sa akin, no, Doc, bakit back to basic? Because for so many years pre-pandemic, we have all been on autopilot mode. We have learned to react the way we respond now. For many years, ito na yung nakasanayan natin. Pero minsan nakakapagod na. Especially kung hindi kayo nagte-take in ng vitamins, ng psycho-emotional vitamins. So you're depleting your own psycho-emotional resources. Diba sabi nga nila, you cannot give what you don't have. So most especially, you cannot give anything to yourself if you don't have any. Stay safe. So una natin for self-care, kaya nga sabi, you got to nourish to flourish. Stay active. Circulatory system yan. It's physiology. By staying active, you're able to at least introduce and new circulation, your oxygen in your body. If it's circulating well, your brain catches that. Your brain would catch it na, ay, okay, mukhang okay siya. I'm not in alert mode. I don't have to go on panic attack. I don't have to go on full reactionary attack. Kasi pag palagi kang adrenaline rush, kakapagod yun. Ubos ang vitamin and mineral reserves in your body because it speeds up your metabolism. Okay sana kung nakakapayat, kaso hindi eh. Pag lalo kayo nasistress, for some people, lalo silang they gain weight because their body has to hold on to as many of what it seems as nutrients. They hold on to unnecessary, the fat, thinking that kung naka-emergency mode ang katawan mo, your brain would think na any kind of, kahit na hindi siya healthy food, will hold on to that, will keep it, will reserve it for emergency purposes. So lalo, the more stressed you are, the more you reach for the comfort food, which is typically unhealthy dahil sugar or salty foods. The more your body will hold on and latch on to these, the more you gain weight, the more you feel bloated, the more you feel worse, the more. So it becomes like that vicious cycle. The more you reach out for diba, comfort food, actually junk foods, no? So yan, stay active so that at least yung oxygenation in your body is normal and your brain is convinced that there's nothing wrong. Get enough sleep. Yan, challenge tayo ngayon kasi ang dami, we're all working from home. Medyo even the Yung where your workstation is located is also crucial. You may want to check if your workstation is located in the bedroom. That might be affecting your sleep pattern already, because imagine if you're just one tumbling away from the workstation, your brain is now starting to associate the bedroom, which is originally for rest and relaxation and sleep, is now identified or associated with work, na kailangan active, highly stimulated brain activity. O paano kayo makakatulog? So that's one, no? Getting enough sleep would mean maybe you might want to move your workstation somewhere else para may boundaries pa din kahit papaano. Or, and also getting enough sleep would still be 6 to 8 hours of undisrupted sleep, continuous sleep, so that your body's able to. Kasi sabi nga nila, no, for some of the sleep doctors na I've worked with, or I've had the opportunity to listen to in their lectures, is that yung brain natin detoxifies our body, central nervous system, science teachers, di ba? But they go from one, as you sleep, it's able to detoxify all the rest and normalize and parang rebalance our body. Pero kung nagigising-gising kayo, nagugulat at nadidisrupt yung concentration ng brain nyo to self-care. So, kailangan continuous undisrupted 6 to 8 hours of sleep, dahil may sleep cycle yan from alpha to awake state down to the REM state. No? Babalik na naman kayo sa medyo mababaw na sleep and then you go down. No, may ganong cycle, no, 1.5 hour ang sleep cycle daw. No, kailangan nyo at least 4 sleep cycles. So that's 6 hours of, di ba, 1.5 times 4. So yan, make time for connections, 30 minutes a day. Bakit? Anthropology naman tayo, di ba? In some cases ng mga hunter-gatherer tribes before, di ba? If there's someone who was found to be guilty of a crime, what do? They isolate the person. Isolation results to some physiological responses, kasi social beings tayo eh. Pag na-withdraw ang social support sa'yo, you feel it eh. You feel it first psycho-emotionally, but because of the psycho-emotional response, your body would start reacting to that. Tataas ang BP, maging anemic. So may mga responses na gano'n na nangyayari, and you know that. Kaya if you can make connections, build up on some of the positivities, surrounding yourself, of course, with mamaya kasama sa tip ko, surrounding yourself with yung connection mo are the positive people in your lives, or even pets can be therapeutic. 10, 15, 30 minutes in your day can work wonders also in extending you and helping you fight on against all these mental health challenges that we're faced with. No, declutter can also help you feel. If you can Marie Kondo your house, can help you also just feel more relieved and feel more, there's more space, and diba, organization also helps, no, na hindi na siya nagiging noise. Imagine, no, if you have a lot of noises in your head already, tapos visually, ang dami pa ring visual noises, that's gonna add up, no? Kaya kailangan nga medyo bawasan yung kaya natin, we can control. Yan. And also, use the time to learn something. With my students, before I retired in Binil, no, isa sa mga napagkwentuhan nga namin, sige, let's just make sure we thought all along mga 3 weeks, 3 months, or a month. We didn't know when it was gonna last, but we were agreeing na, sige, beyond the lesson, mag-challenge tayo, na pagbalik natin sa campus, talagang pagandahan ng katawan, pagalingan, pa-healthyhan. Sino dito yung nagkaroon ng 24 na waistline, who became more muscular, who became more healthy. So may mga ganun kami, mga games that we did. It's really to highlight on my end as a teacher, to highlight that beyond the lesson, there's also the need for self-care, just to set a balance, just for them to also extend themselves, no, na pwede nilang gawin. That, and also just to make the time worthwhile, because totoo, no, just to be honest with you, tingnan nyo ngayon, evaluate nyo, kung halimbawa matapos itong pandemic next week, sana, no, imagine if pwede, but there are certain things you will miss having to work from home. So ito yung medyo i-highlight natin. I'll add that later. No? I-highlight natin yung appreciation for the things that we have gained, even if we lost some aspects in our life because of the pandemic. There are things that we also gained. No? So plan healthy meals also. no, that can help you your physical strength, no, to go about. Sabi sa'yo kasi kung depleted ang resources natin, ang vitamin and mineral resource natin because of stress, anxiety, worrying, depression, all the mental health challenges, we need to beef up again. We need the vitamin. So plan healthy meals, no. Sa ang tip ko diyan for self-care ng meals, yung rainbow colors so that you'll have a balanced set of nutrition. Medyo yun the simplest for my for the beginners, no, on that. Allow yourself to just do nothing, and that's so much of a challenge to us right now. Moms out there, I'm sure, hindi natin pwedeng gawin yan. We can't just do nothing, no, but if you can give yourself just that break, that might also extend you further. So bakit? Because we're practicing mindfulness. Just a bit more minutes, no, to share bakit mindfulness. Sabi ko, basic ngayon ang psychology. We are reminding people that because we have gone on autopilot already, just managing and parang reacting to stress every time, is that even our breathing gets affected already. Even our presence of mind and our appreciation to what we have today, we miss out on because we are so worried about the future that we miss out on today. So in practicing mindfulness, ayan, this is our generic definition for mindfulness to combat mind noise. Diba? When you're so full in your, of concerns in your mind, so many noises in your head, you're missing out on the fleeting presence of today. Kaya nga present, di ba? As a Christian, I'm a Christian. Present is to the present is called the present because it's a gift of today. So in particular way here in mindfulness is paying attention to what you have right now. It allows you to just ground yourself. Kaya kanina, remember, sinimulan natin sa kumusta na kayo? That's a grounding activity. Oo nga, no? Sana naisip nyo ngayon na, o nga, no? Kumusta nga ba ako ngayon? Ngayon, ha? So you're able to pay attention to the present because we need to be intentional on purpose, eh. Kasi practice na talaga natin na, okay, natapos na natin to. We've achieved this. What's next? What's next? What's next? We're always looking forward to something ahead na nakakalimutan na natin to even celebrate, na-achieve mo. Asan yung celebration? Oo, na-celebrate ko na. Come on, next na ulit. Okay din naman na mayroon kang ganong pacing. Pero you can burn out so fast because too much too soon can exhaust you. Kaya once in a while, balance it with intentionally just, oo nga, no? Kumusta ba today? Did I enjoy today? No judgment. If you didn't, learn to forgive yourself, learn to let go because there's always some other chance you can take the next day, the next hour, do something else, no? With curiosity, what else is there? Keeping a growth mindset that's common to us. 'Di ba? Tayo ay lifelong learners. So, even the continuous curiosity for what else is out there and what else is here. To practice mindfulness starts with breathing. Di ba? It's on purpose, intentional. Even mindful eating. Kasi it's a start. Kaya nga sasabi natin, we go back to basic because that's the only way we can help you practice this. Because for this to be pervasive, for this to affect all the aspects in your life, simulan mo sa mga maliliit na bagay. From your regulating your breathing, because hindi na tayo normal ng ng breathing natin, no? Parang, pag stress ka, iba-iba rin yung breathing pattern mo. So that's why we regulate your breathing. Even the eating is when it's mindful eating, not that you slow down, but you're actually able to enjoy the moment and be present in the moment, no? Na when you put a spoonful of your favorite food, for example, in your mouth, comfort food, you enjoy, you savor. It's an experience. You observe the taste, the texture, the different flavors, the heat or the coldness of the food that you're eating, and it allows you to just be present. Sanay na sanay tayo judging na good ba yan, bad ba yan, does it make you feel good, does it make you feel bad, ang sama naman ng pakiramdam. When you're practicing non-judging, you're just being in the moment, you're giving yourself that break away from the stress. Stress is a mind game. Anxiety is a mind game. Actually, it's how you perceive things that brings about that negative response from your body. Kasi pag perception mo negative, on the go ka kaagad. You're always on a fighting mode. So it's also through mindfulness that we help you just slow down, be present in the moment, and fuel up. We're fueling you up. Eto yan. Bakit fueling up? Because andyan yung uncertainty. We're challenged. Not everything is still within our control. Yet, diba, right now, it's really just what it is. Maybe for unfortunate for some of us na to matanggap yon, but what else can we do? 'Di ba? We'll keep on fighting the feeling. We'll keep on, maybe for some people, just burying it deep in our subconscious, but it's really there. Tapos pipigilan natin yung emotions. You notice your emotions can also get the best of you, because the more you stop yourself from recognizing your emotions, the more it builds up. It adapts eh. Kaya nga ngayon, sinasabi natin, if you're sad, you recognize you're sad. If you're mad, you recognize your anger. What would make it wrong? Your anger is if you have an outburst and how you manifest it. So, recognizing and accepting na, okay, nagagalit na ako, naiinis na ako, tumataas na it's escalating. My anger from irritation is becoming like curiosity, and you're getting furious. But you just acknowledge it's really there. You wait. The idea is pair it with breathing exercises, and you wait for the emotions to subside, because as you know, diba, it will subside. Sympathetic versus parasympathetic nervous system. That's why I love this group, kasi science majors kayo, diba? The anatomy of it is, we know that our body has been built perfectly. We have been blessed with balance. If there's the sympathetic nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system will come in to balance your system again. So yung emotions nyo, kung tumataas, nagsispike siya, antay lang, bababa rin yan. Kaya pag nagulat nga kayo, hindi kayo 3 days na, ganun pa din yung gulat nyo, diba? Bumababa din siya. So really accepting that it is what it is right now, but that for whatever it's worth, bababa din siya. No, kung may acceptance tayo, wag na natin labanan, kasi pagod na tayo at this time. No, in this period, pagod ka na, nilalabanan mo pa yung, hindi ko kikilalanin yung emotion na yun, masama yan. Let's not judge. You are what you are. Your responses right now is probably your most normal response to these abnormal times. No? So yan, you're fueling up, use good information, and we're trained to do that, diba? Fourth Industrial Revolution, one of the competency really is to make sure that we're able to distinguish, diba, what is real from fake news. So use good information, and even if a good information is you may want to be mindful, also affects you negatively, because good information only also would involve numbers of positive COVID positive cases. Good information because it's accurate, but then if it stresses you out, abstain. So that's one. No? Manage your inner critic. Sit with anxious feelings would mean you recognize the emotion. It's really there, but please do not be the first one to be harsh on yourself. We're like that eh. That's probably why many of us here are achievers, because we're hard on ourselves. The things, maybe it worked before, but right now with all the mental health challenges that we're faced with, and you're still going to be hard on yourself, that's not going to help. In the end, it defeats the purpose. You're hard on yourself so that you can achieve more, so that you can help your family, you can extend yourself more to others, you'll be functioning. But if in the end you just give up because you got burned out, diba, defeats the purpose. So manage your inner critic, be self-compassionate, learn to have positive self-talk. Nandi, ano yan, ngayon lang to. Reaction ko lang yan. I'm owning it, no? Take 2-minute appreciation breaks. 2 minutes can last a long time. Kung kaya mo 30 minutes of, may luxury ka of the time, 10 minutes of just appreciating everything that you have right now. Small, we call these micro moments that you can appreciate. Even the look of your son or your daughter, even by a smile, even by just looking at, andyan lang sila, kasama nyo sa bahay, kasama mo yung asawa mo that you're supposed to be so in love with, no? Na wag kayong, syempre makita mo lalo ka naiirita, no? But there are certain micro moments that you can appreciate. Kahit na minsan, it becomes so irritating because you're together 24/7. There's still something, minute na you can appreciate, that can also help fuel you up, and it grows. You get to nourish it. Kaya parang quiet time can also help you in itself, no, appreciating even the scent of your favorite soap when you're taking a bath, are also appreciation breaks, no, that can help fuel you up. Write down, ito yung pwede natin gawin. Build up, and we're in the middle of history in the making, even in our own lives. These are the stories that how we do and how we fare in the pandemic are stories that we will share in the coming generations. So you may want to record some of the things you're appreciating in this pandemic, and you're building up on positive energy. And you support yourself with supportive people who can also lift you up, whom you can connect with, share your laughter, share your even crying with them, or your emotions, whether good or bad. If that's a safe space, that's really good. Try something new para looking back after this pandemic, marami pa rin kayong mga appreciation. So almost the last one na, no? If you think that you're still suffering from some mental health concerns, and mahirap na for you to manage it or to seek help from your family, I guess at one point you will have to realize that you are not a superwoman, or you are not Wonder Woman. You're not a Superman. You're not perfect. Sometimes, because we're social creatures, we might need to seek help, and that's also in itself empowering, no? Help seeking behavior is an empowering behavior, because as long as, again, mindfulness, no judgment, take your time. When you're ready, when you feel like, sige, for now I'll bask in the emotions, I recognize it, but that when I think na I might just give up, then siguro yun yung time na I will. But if you can, if you don't have to, please, if you don't have to wait that long, better din naman. But respect yourself, no? Be forgiving of yourself. Find the right person to talk to. Sabi nga nila, di ba, paulit-ulit mo maririnig ngayon, it's okay not to be okay. No, ganun lang. No, and if you can speak to crisis line, helpline responders, we have several numbers that you can already call. I'm with In Touch Community Services. I'm also, and there's also NIMH, a lot of free crisis lines you can call if you just need to talk to someone, to just bounce ideas with and share with another person, that can bring about some comfort. So, ganyan din, no? Lastly, if you feel like you're still struggling with mental health concerns, you may want to guide others. Reverse coaching pa din, na parang, here I am, I'm feeling this way. Pwede niyong ikwento siguro, guide your supervisors, no? Guide your principal, kasi malulod ka pa rin na maraming trabaho. You may want to also help them understand where you're coming from. So you give people the fighting chance to help you out then. No, it's also empowering. Take action, seek help. If you need to get treatment, there are services out there that you can avail of, that can be free, that's within reasonable fees. Just don't isolate yourself. Otherwise, you just set that stage for you not to work on your mental health challenge or concern. So yan, we are, if you'd like to find out, yan, I am not just, I'm with the Graduate School of MLQU, by the way, but I'm also with In Touch Community Services. And this is not an ad, but this is also to help you, to give you a concrete take home, that if there's anything that would bother you, we do have a free hotline, a crisis line for the public. That's on the right side, the one on the reddish pink old rose calling card. This free 24/7 hotline that's manned by our trained responders who have gone through hundreds of hours of clinical supervision from us, and is constantly being monitored by the doctors, by us at In Touch. So you can also make those calls, just so that you can help yourself, with concerns that may be bothering you. So